O kawi poino no lorole mai au o ka ala ku mauna o lahi aku ka kai o kai ulu ku makani. So aloha mai kako. I'm Kawi. I'm currently one of the directors at MAʻO Organic Farms. I've been here for 18 years. Started off as an intern and then went through as a manager and now as a director. But to me, they're all the same, just one farm. Yeah. I help to farm vegetables, help to Aloha Aina. I get to connect with my ancestors, right, in a spiritual and a physical way. And I also get to meet a lot of people, right, and feed a lot of people. And to me, like, that's really important. And you guys are, from what I hear, just week three of just learning about ag. deep dive. Wait till you hit 18 years. It's quite an amazing journey, and that's not the end. Yeah, this is an ongoing thing. You really need to develop that relationship. So you guys in this space now is super critical, super important for you guys as an individual, for us as a community, and just for our world, right? To understand the importance of growing food organically, for us is a priority, and to make sure that we aloha aina. Yeah, for me, my Native Hawaiian ancestors understood that deeply and very intimately of like the importance of taking care of the land, and the land will take care of you. So that relationship we hold deeply and as a priority when we teach not only our farmers, our mahiai, our full-time staff, but also the interns that we have here. Yeah. So MAʻO Organic Farms is a nonprofit social enterprise. It started in 2000. So this year we're turning 25 years old.
Wow,
So we've been in this for 25 years. And the main reason with a whole bunch of community members, right, in 1999, 2000, which included one of the co-founders, Kukui and Gary Mauna Kea IV, and a whole bunch of other community members. They really seen a desperate need for young people to be in touch with their food and to be in touch with land, because that connection was lost, because they even had their own personal ohana go through very hardships and challenges of seeing one of their kids kind of not be healthy, right? Getting influenced by things like drugs and domestic violence and going to jail before 18 years old, right? So it's like those things are why we created this was personal. Yeah, very, very personal. So the things that you guys see here, the stories that I share, the stories that maybe they will share, some of my colleagues, it's super personal. And if you're not doing that for food, or you're not doing that for Aina, what are you doing it for? And that's what I want to get across. That's why MAʻO's been here for 25 years. That's why our ancestral knowledges have been for thousands of years, right? And not just Native Hawaiians, all indigenous people. And everyone's indigenous to some place. Yeah. We need to understand that and keep that keep that dear to our heart. Yeah, I can talk about this like forever, but farming is also very, very hard work. Yeah, it will break you. Broke my back a million times, cut my hands 1,000 times. Yeah, but being able to feed people, priceless. It's so important for us to feed people, because it's a different type of, to me, the higher meaning of a transaction, right? So if you just do a switch, a transaction is relationships. We have to build the relationships that we have with people, food, land, and ourselves. And that's what farming does for me, right? That's what Aloha Aina does for me. And I hope it does for them, and I think it does.
better.
Yeah. Better. But yeah. So what we're gonna do today, I'll talk a little bit history about MAʻO. I would love to hear just a quick introduction of your folks. From what I understand, you guys are just kind of in the ag exposure program, and you guys are just really dipping your guys' toes to kind of figure out what's going on in the world, right? What's going on in Hawaii? What's going on with our food? And there's lots of things going on. In the physical sense, in the political sense, in the spiritual, right? In the food itself, in the land, the relationships that we have. But I would love to know. It is also a good chance for you guys to introduce yourself to Aina. Yeah. So we are in Lualualei Valley, the home of Maui and Ki'iaka and Hina, right? So we come from our ancestors, and whenever you go to space, introducing yourself is a relationship building. It's not a I'm just gonna say where I'm from. It's really about building that pilina and that connection, and that's what we really want you guys to understand. For us, is important, and a key part is building that relationship to Aina, because then that's how you continue to build that relationship with yourself, and understand deeper of like the why and the how, and the time, the timeliness of things. Things come when things come. They don't come in your timeline. You just gotta jump with it, So I'll do that, and then we'll introduce ourselves. I have my team. I kind of did a small introduction, but I have my team introduced. And what we'll do, we really want to put your guys' hands to the soil, because that's exactly what we do with our interns. We get 16, 17-year-olds come in here, and like they know nothing either, basically. But when they get their hands in the soil, it just changes their mind, and they understand that they get a taste of that connection. So some of you guys probably have experience, some of you guys don't, but we're here to do both. Talk stories, think about it cerebrally, intellectually, spiritually, but we have to do the physical work. One of our kupunas would say makahana ka ike, in the learning, in the doing you learn. In the doing you learn. So you gotta do. You cannot just ask, for the knowledge. You gotta do the work. Okay. So I don't know where we want to start. We'll start this. Name? Where are you from? Why are you here?